Could this rally fizzle?
Absolutely, Dave Asman. Bulls today. Thank you, Nicole. Let's drill down on today's session with Sandra Smith, who's picking it all up.
Good news. Thank you very much. In play this hour, we have Senator Rob.
For that August 2nd deadline, and even more talks will be held this weekend, specifically Sunday.
Yeah, they're all sounding kind of kumbaya about it. I'm a little skeptical, but Rich Edson has been following.
Edson, thank you very much.
Well, with the next high-stakes budget meeting set for Sunday at the White House, what's the reaction from lawmakers to today's negotiations?
For more, we bring in Senator about cutting some of the tax deductions, and certainly things like tax breaks for people who are buying, and the president has mentioned this many times, things like private jets, or of course tax breaks for things like yachts. There's a whole host of issues that are within the tax code that people say, wait a minute, if you're going to cut defense spending and cut certain things that our troops would arguably love to have too, shouldn't it be balanced with those types of elimination of certain deductions?
Well, clear out of these preferences, the exclusions and the credits and the deductions, and lower the rate, particularly on the corporate side, where, as you've heard constantly, our corporate rate is not competitive with the rest of the world, therefore driving jobs offshore. And that needs to be part of this package. I do think that there's a possibility of that now. I hear more talk about it. I have just come out of a meeting recently where some of the Republican negotiators, the leadership were at the meeting, and I think tax reform is one of the issues that's at least on the agenda.
What's amazing is Republicans and Democrats agree with all this, but they can't agree to put it in legislation. Thanks to Senator Rob Portman, Republican of Ohio. Thanks a lot for coming in, Senator. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator.
Well, Congress is looking.
Moneymaker. Of federal labor laws like this since 1947, and in essence it would speed up, it would expedite the actual idea of creating a union to the vote itself, the election itself. Businesses say, wait a minute, this doesn't give us enough time to build a case against a union, which of course they look at as making business more expensive. You say it would create jobs? How?
I think that if be more money spent out there for buying cars, for buying clothes, and all the different things that need to be picked up.
I feel is fair.
Well, we can't compete with third world countries. It's things that are really unacceptable if you ask anybody.
I was talking to a guy who started a company from scratch, right in Jamaica, Queens, and it was a clothing.
And it costs $1,500 more per car to produce a car here than in.
Can you beat him? Do you think
yes,
you will?
I can.
That election very closely. We saw you on the front page of one of the New York Times sections recently. You're getting a groundswell. Interesting to watch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sandy Pope. Now let's go over to Adam Shapiro in the news.
Session behind us. And what manly stocks should you buy to beef up your portfolio? Let's bring in our Bulls and Bears. We got Scott Moore.
Whereas men retailers are not. You could just take a look at a Home Depot and Lowe's. I know that.
Okay. An idea fee.
Okay, thanks, guys. Fee. All right. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Bobby. Good to see you. The White House out.
An exchange coming up.
Thank you very much, David. Could tomorrow's June jobs report take the
1%?
Our next guest believes no matter what tomorrow's report shows, Wall Street will like it. And also they've got the multiple sclerosis drug that is really big on the market. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks,
Great
Nathan.
to see you.
Good stuff. He puts himself out there. We love that.
Nathan,
by the way, join us tomorrow.
Bulls and Bears. But right now it's time for the Willis Report. Have a great night.